Okay, I am live. For some reason, the audio recorder picks up random background noise, like the noise of my chair squeaking, the noise of my water bottle, like this. Random noise, like the noise of my scrapping the table, the noise of my watch beeping. Random, irrelevant noises. The audio recorder picks them up perfectly, loudly, whereas my speaking voice is very low. And I'm not going to yell or raise my voice because it's not healthy for my throat. I'm sure there got to be a way around that. Anyways, let's go back to the game. Let's enjoy the game. I really hate window, but I'm not willing to take the risk to wipe my only computer at the moment to install Linux because there is a small chance that I will mess up and I will not have a backup computer, and the price of computer is very high nowadays. Oh my god, if only I can go back to the year 2021 or 2020. I would buy 2 computers, or I can just invest on building a rig for myself. I can do it. I definitely can do it. Like a big desktop CPU with modified or built-in components before the RAM got expensive. Oh my god, I hate Windows so much. Every day when I use it, I am reminded of how much Windows suck. Okay, there we go. Who cares? I don't care. Whatever. This can go away. Okay, I'm going to launch the game. Hopefully. And I'm going to play on the controller. I just know that it will be loud. Should I turn down the volume? Okay, I think that should be good. Well, I don't mind if this game is loud. I love the sound of this game, the background music, the tracks, the voice acting, the sound effect. I love this game. So it can be as loud as can, but my speaking voice, I don't want to compete with it anyways. Yeah, it's okay, I accept that. So beautiful. Gosh, I've done this earlier. Okay, so Sander escaped in my bathroom. I don't know if that was because I messed up or it was scripted by design. There's no way to capture him. Oh my god, the background sounds so good. Okay, so here's the plan. I am going to do mission 5. Investigate the suicide terrorist and mission 6. Visit the lab clinic. This will be my opportunity to upgrade, I think, Vera Mokovic.
Adam Jensen, please report to your office. Adam Jensen.
Hello.
What was Mr. Seraph thinking sending you into that plant? You were in no condition to handle a hostage situation.
Oh, this is the doctor. Where's the line? Okay. Can I drop my stuff here and not lose them?
Man, what am I doing here? This is nuts.
Hello. Can I sit? No, thank you.
Hey, Jensen. Man, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back. How are you holding up?
I manage.
I'm sorry about Megan. I know it must be hard. For a while, we thought you were a goner, too. Everything's going to shit. The attack on HQ, and now this mess with the factory.
Yeah, tough times all around. How about you, Corella? You okay?
I don't know. I fucked up. I mean bad.
What happened?
Well, a couple of months ago, me and Tyndall, you know, one of Pritchard's techs, we started sneaking out some neuropozyne from one of the labs.
Jesus, Tim. You realize this could get you fired. Worse, arrested if the company chooses to prosecute. What were you thinking?
I know, it's complicated. I didn't want to do it at first, but there were good reasons. Anyway, now I want out, but Tyndall has security footage of me stealing the stuff and says he'll expose me if I ever stop helping him. I'm in a bad spot, Adam. I need that footage back. I know you're busy with everything that's going on right now, but I could really use your help.
Of course. It's a side quest. Okay, so there's a decline. What does he say? Sorry, Tim, but I really can't. Why would he decline? Unless the player there's a speed run. Alright, tell me more. About what? Quest detail. Okay. But about what? Oh, Tinder. Can you reason about Tinder? Return back to the previous menu. How'd you manage to do this? Why still neuropathy?
How about Tyndall? Can't you reason with him?
You could try, but Tyndall's a pretty driven guy. I mean, the guy's like a rock. You need a Casey aug or something to crack him.
Casey?
Social enhancer. It's an augmentation designed to read people's reactions and behavioral patterns. Higher end series even allows you to directly influence people with pheromones or something.
Pretty ballsy stealing a patented drug from a secure lab. How'd you manage to do it?
Both Tyndall and I worked the night shift every other week. I stashed the neuropozyne in a bag while he edited the security footage. Guess he kept part of it.
Neuropozyne. What could you guys want with an anti-rejection drug for augmentation patients? Reselling it? Providing a competitor?
Why do you automatically assume I was trying to turn a profit?
Thanks.
I should care about this because...
Damn, Adam. Are you really going to shake me down like this? That's cold. I'm hurting here. Look, I may be able to get my hands on a weapon mod for you. Jeez, never thought I'd have to buy your help.
A weapon.
What is it exactly you need me to do?
I need you to get back that security footage Tyndall has on me. It's probably in his apartment. On his computer, maybe.
So what? I just look him up in the phone book?
His apartment is near Brooklyn Court. It might be tough to get in because his building has a large security gate protecting it.
Well, that's just great.
Hacking the security gate is possible, but would require advanced hacking skills. You might have to look around for an alternate path. Maybe use the fire escape or something.
I still need to know why I asked, but I still forgot. Why didn't he want to steal neuropathy?
Neuropazine. What could you guys want with an anti-rejection drug for augmentation patients? Reselling it? Providing a competitor?
Why do you automatically assume I was trying to turn a profit?
He didn't answer. We still don't know why. Why does he need the neuropathy?
All right. Tell me more.
Really? Wow, thanks, Adam. I thought I was done for. The security footage will probably be on his apartment computer. Meet me in front of the subway station parking lot once you get a hold of it.
I got it from here.
We were just saying what a good job you did at the plant. You saved our asses on this one.
Oh, hey, Jensen. Nice job with the Typhoon. The DOD is going to be real happy those terrorists.
Jensen, I heard you were back. I hope people outside the company aren't giving you a hard time about your enhancements.
Hey, Tiger. Megan always did say you'd take well to augmentations.
Great job at the plant, boss. Wish I could have gone on.
Nothing against you personally, Adam. I'm sure.
So on a whole different subject, if you look at the window there, it says vision on it. And what's interesting is that, when you're in the lobby and you're looking up at Adam's office, and the people don't actually know it's Adam's office. They're just coming into Cyrus Industries to see, to inquire about stuff or whatever you do when you go to Cyrus Industries. And it says vision, and it's just kind of part of the decoration, and it means that the company is looking to the future. It's got vision and all that kind of stuff. But what's interesting as well is that it's kind of like an all-seeing eye. It's Adam Jensen's office. He's a security officer, and this is where he's kind of perched and kind of looking at what goes into what's happening into the company. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, his office is protruding.
Finally, someone who can get things done. Welcome back, Adam.
This is the commentary about Will Rosselini, a very interesting person, talented too. What's this one take me to?
Yeah, it's me. Still at the office. Things are just starting to open.
Don't you have somewhere to be, Jensen? I'm sure Sarif is expecting your report.
Talk's all over the office, Mr. J. You really took care of those puny first assholes. Wish I could have been there to see it.
Hold down the fort, boss. Nothing new to report.
I would have liked to have kicked a few asses myself. Hey, does the company have an augmentation subsidy program? I'd totally take advantage of that.
Mrs. Reed?
Ah, Adam, I'm sorry you startled me. And please, call me Cassandra. You and Megan were together long enough. I was waiting for you.
Out here? Why not come meet me inside?
I don't know. I guess I'm just not ready. This is where you work, but to me, this is also the place where I lost my daughter.
Sympathetic and empathetic. I really like the fact that the game differentiates the difference between empathy and sympathy. That's very cool.
I know what you mean. It's never been the same for me either.
I guess it's not meant to be easy. It seems there's just no right way to deal with something like this. And I can't even begin to imagine how things have been for you after all you've been through.
Yeah. A lot of things changed 6 months ago.
I can't get over how much they've changed you. At first, I couldn't even believe you were still alive. How do you handle all of this?
I do what I have to do, augmented or not.
You seem very pragmatic, Adam. Maybe you should be careful not to trivialize such traumatic changes.
Can I ask why you wanted to see me?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I'm here about Megan. About what happened to her. Or rather, about the investigation into what happened.
What about it?
Well, simply put, I feel something is not quite right with the way the case was handled.
You think there was some foul play involved?
I do. Call it mother's intuition. But when speaking to some of the investigators, there were a lot of inconsistencies. And then I met this detective, a man called Chase. He agreed things weren't handled by the book, although he has no proof.
And now you want to find out more?
I'll never hear my daughter laugh again, Adam. I'll never get a call from her to ask how I've been, or have the chance to ask her about her day. She was stolen from me. However unjustified this all is, I still want to know why it happened. You're not the same, Adam. And we've yet to see if it's for better or worse. But I know you loved Megan. Please, will you help me find out what really happened to her?
Of course. She gave me a ciphers.
Should I expect some form of compensation for this?
Adam, you're serious, aren't you? My God, this isn't who you used to be. I thought a chance to know what really happened to Megan, what really happened to you, would have been enough. Would have been worth your time.
Realistically, she should get back and retract the offer. So there's only one option. And why? This is redundant. This is very redundant. Or maybe because I messed up and I missed the other jobs. Yeah, but this should have been here.
I never got a chance to investigate the attack myself. I'll look into it.
Thank you. This means the world to me, Adam. Really.
The first thing I'll need to do is meet with this detective, Chase.
Good. He works part-time as a security guard in an apartment building on Brooklyn Court. I'll be waiting for you in your apartment lobby once you're done.
Why does a detective need to work part-time as a security guard?
Oh, he retired soon after the case. I don't really know the details. Maybe he'll tell you more.
I'm on it.
Okay. So far, I have received 2 side quests already. I need to focus on one before I get confused. Okay. We have M6, S2, S3, M5, M6, M5, M6, main, S as well. So let me do the main quest where I need to upgrade.
Mr. Jensen, is it true that the leader of the terrorist cell got away? Guess you weren't as ready as Mr. Sarif thought.
I'm sorry. I really can't talk right now, Mr. Jensen. I'm still in shock over what happened at the Sarif plant.
Jensen, right? I've heard about you. Yeah, you were a good cop by most accounts. But you're lucky you got out.
Well, I guess people who play video games on the phone back in the year 2013 when this game was made. Oh my God, I need to double check with that. But at the time the game was made, people played the video games. So it stays true nowadays. It's not really a prediction because it's already happened.
I don't really have anything against it. I just think it's disgusting. I mean, grafting metal into your skin? Yuck.
I guess you don't have any tattoos.
It's not the same. You don't need to take drugs for the rest of your life when you have a tattoo.
Well, I think what you do to your body is up to you.
Yeah? Well, when everybody's done doing what they want, what happens to people like us who refuse to become machines? We become the weaker species, that's what. And the next thing you know, we'll be the ones living in derelict row.
Wow, you really don't have an opinion on this, do you? Hey, you seem nice and all, but I'm really not interested.
The biomod industry is going to tear this city apart. Mark my words.
I'm sorry. We're having a private conversation here.
You know who's behind these attacks on Sarif Industries, don't you? The same people who faked 9/11.
This NPC walked all the way here to join the conversation with these smokers to socialize with them. He finished his cigarette and he crushed it. And then he walked back. That is so cool. That is a very nice routine. Now he walked back and played on his phone. Very nice. Very cool routine.
They want a scared man. They want every person in the Western world terrified some terrorist's going to attack us in our homes.
You believe it? We had the place surrounded, and we were ordered to hang back. Since when do we take orders from David Sarif?
Maybe there was some hazardous material they were worried about.
More like there was something illegal in there that they wanted the rent-a-cop to get rid of. We should have never let that guy in.
No argument there. I can't see how things could have turned out any worse, given the number of civilian casualties there were. Jensen, right? One of my buddies told me what really went down at the Sarif plant. What a mess. You should have let SWAT handle it.
I got nothing to say to you.
Can't imagine what those Purity First nuts were thinking when they went in there.
Is this the Tesla? Look, the door. Okay, very close. Very close, very close. And back. In that time, there was no Tesla. It definitely trolling on me. This is the test of my patience. This is the test of my patience. You mean? I have a friend, my companion, my roommate. You are my companion. Hello, companion. Feline. Hello, feline companion. This is Sophie. Sophie. Sophie's been sleeping here right behind me, but whenever Sophie gets up, Sophie will always walk to me. Just want some attention. I love Sophie so much. Whenever I hug and kiss Sophie, I just think of the day in the near future, maybe 1 or 2 years, she will leave me. She will die. She shows a lot of symptoms of being old. The way she walks is like a senior cat. I had a senior cat that died before it was very painful. This is the same. The way she behaves, the way she walks is so senior. And I think her longevity or her life expectancy is maybe maximum 5 more years. She is my soul, cat, feline companion. I love her so much. Okay, let's listen to the commentary. Okay, so there's two types of people, there's two types of sneeze that I've noticed in people, or maybe 3. I can hear the sound of Sophie drinking my water. You see, the system is so good at picking random noise. Random and irrelevant noise. Okay, let's listen to the commentary of our curve somewhere here.
So something that was really important, again, you're gonna hear this coming back over and over. It's this whole idea of like credibility. to a lot of the stuff like Jeff mentions in another one of these beacons. The idea was not to make a sci-fi game. It was about to make an anticipation of the future, and in order to do this properly, a lot of the things need to look just like they look today, in a very precise way. And the storefronts for us were something very important. These are the things sometimes that we miss the target in video games. They look like things that almost as if we've never walked in a real street before. We've never been into a store. You can see it's an abstraction almost of what storefronts look like. So that was pretty important. I mean, some of them are better than others, but
at the same time, that shows that the attention of detail that
yeah,
was
it's all
super
part
important for the game, not only in visuals but in all the aspects of the game. But yeah,
no, that's very
that's
very
a prime
true.
Example.
That's very true, and you can see not only can you see the product in those storefronts, and you can see what the brands are, but also the actual kind of design of these storefronts, the kind of like interesting kind of artsy thing that they have is something we work hard really on.
And in one of the things that we were saying many times that we didn't necessarily fully care if people would recognize all those details, but as they would walk the streets, as they would go into the environments, they would absorb it in a natural fashion, because that's how the real world is built, and therefore, even though they don't notice it consciously,
their subconscious are gonna pick up on it. It's actually, if something is wrong, most of the time you actually notice it consciously, and if something is right, it's actually more your subconscious that registers it. So it's a lot easier to really affect the player that if you're wrong, then because that they really know it, pick it up right away. So you need to work pretty hard at that. Yeah.
So I am the minority. I'm a small population of the players that pay attention to every detail, visual, audio, gameplay, mechanic, text, lore. I do pick up on them. I do appreciate all the details here, especially this storefront. So I even pay attention to this side. And I know when they copy and paste the texture, the accent, I know this at the beginning. This one is, I've seen a few times, the red one here. And this is the beer I remember, perhaps in DS2, Invisible, maybe. Perfect Rocket, or even in DX1, the original 2000. Yeah, yes, the original one. I remember being in a bar and saw this beer, and I thought, oh, it looks so similar to Heineken. Yeah, in DX1. So they took this beer company. Of course, they have to stay consistent with the universe.
You watched the hockey game last night? Wings against the Habs? What a massacre. If our guys play like that for the rest of the season, we could kiss the playoffs goodbye.
It's a massacre, yes. I want to know. You like? Yes. My kitty is blocking the screen. Okay, you can stay if you like. The screen again. Can you not block the screen? Okay, thank you. You can lay down. conventionally on every map, the north is top, so I assume true north is up there. I don't know what the blue axis and yellow axis on the right bottom corner represent. I know they have different layers. They have multiple layers. Yes, but I'm not sure what the axes are. Here. Server headquarters. They have public restaurant. Oh, this is a big map. Unlimited clinics here. Okay, so we are going to explore this corner of the map. We have an NPC over there. Okay, this is a good time to drink beer because we're not come back. Drinking beer will it increased 5 points, right? Temper increased 25 HP. Okay, I think I used all the beer. Oh, there's this one. 5. Okay, let's use it. 115. Yeah, okay. 3 bottles of beer, 15 more HP. That's fair. Capture someone rated to love. I don't get about I think that is something that I need to upgrade later on.
Thanks for at least talking to me. Most people just walk on by like I'm invisible. They've made it practically illegal to be poor in this city. Bastard Sarah's buying up whole blocks and upscaling them. Where the hell are we gonna go? California? The whole West Coast is gonna be underwater in another few years. Bastard Sarah's buying up whole blocks and upscaling. Where the hell are we gonna go? California? The whole West Coast is gonna be underwater in another few years.
I know. Big tech. Max 7, big tech CEO, who is in Menlo Park. Is it the game sound or my life sound? Okay. There is
You watched the hockey game last night? Wings against the Habs? What a massacre.
I assume the manufacturer has decanted. Bicycle. So that's how they envision bicycle in the year 2027. That's right. That's correct. Even have the electronic version. There's a tech company behind that too. That people can rent scooters.
Hey, Adam, didn't see you there. You heading home for the evening, or does Mr. Seraph have you looking into something new?
Adam, nice look you got going on there. You must be hitting the clubs tonight.
You ever get the feeling you're being watched?
Have you seen the neuro enhancements they're coming up with these days? How far are they gonna go?
I don't know. All these cameras and chips and stuff everywhere. How do you know they're not tracking you or something? Fear Big Brother, man.
Okay, this is true. I definitely need to mark this. Vlog cameras. Oh my god, I need to mark all of this. I need to mark all of this. This is my opportunity to see how good this can predict the future.
hard time before we're using our own wings to fly. Have you seen the neuro enhancements they're coming up with these days? How far are they gonna go?
You ever get the feeling you're being watched? I don't know. All these cameras and chips and stuff everywhere. How do you know they're not tracking you or something? Fear Big Brother, man.
They are. They're called float cameras.
Take a hike. Leave me alone.
Keep that weapon holstered, sir. We've had enough action for one night. Have a good night, sir.
Well, shit. If it ain't the captain himself. Mr. Seraph done fixed you up good, ain't he? Give you a new set of glasses and everything. Damn.
How you doing, Letitia?
Didn't think I'd see you walking this boulevard anytime soon, that's for sure. Not after what happened 6 months ago. People said you's down for the count.
People tend to underestimate me.
You and me both, Captain. You and me both. You, got any credits you could spare?
Of course. Yeah. If I have.
I wish I could offer you a drink, Tish. But I know you only like Hop Devil.
Oh, that's all right, Captain. It's the thought that counts.
I drank all the beers.
How about you give me some information, and then we'll see.
Oh, damn, Captain. You ain't no cop no more. Why you gotta insist on using them rules?
Because it's my money this time, not the department's. You want it, you better give me something that's worth it.
Yeah, I guess. So what you wanna know?
You've always had a good feel for this city, Tish. What's the mood on the street these days?
Oh, things ain't looking good, Captain. People losing their jobs, their homes, locking everything they's own into those garage door storage units around town, hoping nobody breaks in and steals stuff. Mr. Seraph gonna save us? He better do it soon.
Or what?
Not sure. Just feels like this whole city's waiting to explode, especially in the alleys behind the gas station. Most of the time, you's fine walking there, long as you don't cause no trouble. But you do something wrong? Well, cops and punks both trigger happy these days.
I might need to do a little trespassing soon. Maybe get inside some places where I'd rather not be seen going in.
You being kind of vague, Cap, but maybe it's best I don't know the Pacifics.
You got that right.
What I do know, though, is that most people tend to look down, not up. And even when looking down, they don't necessarily think about what's under their feet. If a person ain't too squeamish about getting dirty, they might be able to get inside one of the more sensitive areas in the city. Especially if they arm themselves ahead of time with the right information. Now, I's not advising you do this. You's being an AUG and all. But if this trespassing you's needing to do happens to be inside D-Row, street gang territory, then yous definitely don't want to be seen going in.
Because the ballers would sooner rip me apart than ask questions.
Exactly. You being an AUG now and all. But some of them old buildings over there are real crumbly up near the top. Fire escape's still okay though. So maybe you find a hole, get you inside if you goes up.
Keeping my fingers crossed the whole time that the building doesn't fall apart on my way down.
Oh, they stronger than you think. But it's true. You might want to invest in some of Mr. Seraph's falling down augmentation before you goes in. Because I'm pretty sure them elevators don't work. Interesting thing about the sewers in the city, Captain. Some of them pass right under the police station. But that don't stop some people from hiding things down there.
What kind of things?
I was not sure, but a bunch of them walls been patched over pretty quick. Man like you might be able to find out why. Especially if he's fixed up with some of the magic eyes that sees through stuff. Mr. Seraph has to make eyes like that, don't you think?
It's been a while since I walked the beat. Where would a less than exemplary citizen go these days if he needed to acquire some unlicensed firepower?
Well now, I hear there might be a gun seller or two around town. But an adventuring man, especially one fixed with some of that fancy techno-limbs Mr. Seraph makes, he might be able to acquire a few more if he's willing to go the extra mile.
You've always had a good feel for this city, Tish. What's the mood on the street these days?
Oh, things ain't looking good, Captain. People losing their jobs, their homes, locking everything they's own into those garage door storage units around town, hoping nobody breaks in and steals stuff. Mr. Seraph gonna save us? He better do it soon.
Or what?
Not sure. Just feels like this whole city's waiting to explode, especially in the alleys behind the gas station. Most of the time, you's fine walking there, long as you don't cause no trouble. But you do something wrong, well, cops and punks both trigger happy these days.
I think I've got all the information I need right now, Tish. Maybe next time.
I'll be right here waiting for you, Captain.
Please move along.
So the name of the gas station is something that I came up with while we're designing the textures. The name Oran is actually one of the provinces of Nigeria, which is a country that is totally being decimated by Exxon with all the oil exploitation, and they were making sure that it's a puppet government that's in place, that's the education, the population kind of got educated and stuff like that to make sure that they'll never really rebel against the exploitation that the U.S. and Exxon is doing there. But anyway, I suggest that you go research this. It's really interesting, and here's just a little snippet of information that we decided to, let's take some of what's going on there and somehow put it in the game. So the name of the gas station is something that I came up with while we're designing the textures. The name Oran is actually one of the provinces of Nigeria, which is a country that is totally being decimated by Exxon with all the oil exploitation, and they were making sure that it's a puppet government that's in place, that's the education, the population kind of got educated and stuff like that to make sure that they'll never really rebel against the exploitation that the U.S. and Exxon is doing there. But anyway, I suggest that you go research this. It's really interesting, and here's just a little snippet of information that we decided to, let's take some of what's going on there and somehow put it in the game.
You got anything you want to buy or sell? I'm the guy you want to deal with. Everything's on the computer, right at your fingertips. See you soon.
Not with the gap, my man. I ain't no guinea pig. Ain't no way I was getting ogged just to keep my job. I ain't no guinea pig.
Augmentations ain't gonna change a damn thing. Who do you think's gonna be able to afford them, huh?
Take a look. Drink it all in. It ain't pretty.
me up with some real tight merch. Those Ugg lovers get in my face now, I'm ready to pop.
Grayson, where he at these days?
Yo, where you been, man? He been running shit through that abandoned gas station for weeks.
Oh, word? I wanted to get some upgrades for my Zenith 10 mil.
He can hook you up nice, man. If you go, tell him I sent you. I want a discount next time.
Word. Yo, you look like the man who knows where to find that good shit. Upgrades, weapons, stuff like that.
What you need, player? Cause I know where you can cop some goods. If you want some.
Don't worry, it's all good. I just need it for protection.
Wait a sec. You ain't a cop, are you? Just forget I said anything.
Yeah, so I don't know why, but I really like this character, this side quest character. He always felt really credible to me, the way he speaks and everything, and all the things he's talking about makes the conspiracy feel even bigger than what you're actually playing in the main story. Like, it's kind of hinting at the shadow government and stuff like that, and I think it makes it much deeper than...
And I think a lot of credit for that goes to not just the guys who wrote the dialogue, but the actor. We mentioned him earlier. And the casting of the side quest characters was an interesting part of what we were doing, right, Steve?
Yeah, it was great. We had and we'll even throw some, since we're giving credit out, we'll throw some to our voice director, Simon Peacock, who did a great job. And he often would recommend some of these characters to us when we would give him the character design, and he'd be like, oh, I know this one guy would probably nail it. And more often than not, he was right on. But I agree with what you're saying, Jeff. Like, he's one of my favorite characters, because when I saw the visual of what the character looked like, because it was one of those guys that we casted without knowing what he would look like, the voice, it was one of those rare occasions where the voice and the visual matched perfectly. And when you played it, I think that's part of the reason why it feels so credible, is that the voice looks like it would come from that character.
Hello there. Well, you must be Adam Jensen.
A keen observation.
Mrs. Reed told me you might pay me a visit. And don't take this the wrong way, but you're kind of hard to miss.
I'll try to take that as a compliment. She told me you might have information regarding Megan Reed's case and the attack on Seraph headquarters.
Oh boy, what a mess. Total pissing match. We had the feds on our ass, orders from 3 different departments, and pressure from so many lobbyists it felt like being the scrawny new kid in a prison shower.
It is a very high-profile case. Mrs. Reed said you thought some procedures were overlooked.
You got that right. I mean, you know how it is. Mrs. Reed told me you used to be a cop. There's always cases where you see the lazy officers taking shortcuts. But this was different.
Different how?
Too much stuff got overlooked. People seemed way too eager to jump to conclusions, and every time I was remotely insistent, I got turned down by ranking officers. People wanted to bury this thing fast. That's never a good sign.
Surely you have something more substantial than this.
Yeah, well, that's where you come in. I got a couple of leads I could never fully investigate. I started poking around, but these government-type agents just gave me the creeps. I got scared. Months away from retirement, I didn't want to fuck things up. But you obviously have the means to get to the bottom of this.
So what have you got?
First off, there's a rumor that the order to close the investigation came from higher up, maybe even outside the local department. Anything like that would have passed through Captain Penn. There might be traces of this left on his office computer.
Guess I'll have to pay a visit to the local precinct.
Well, while you're there, there was an officer assigned to the case, Chet Wagner. He's not what you call a choir boy. And when he suddenly got brought on the case, I got suspicious. Somebody wanted him there. And I'm pretty sure he tampered with some of the evidence. You should talk to him. Find out what he knows.
Okay, I'll have a little chat with Officer Wagner.
You'll most likely find him in the lobby. He got retrograded from his conduct, and he takes depositions now. He won't budge easily, but I'm pretty sure you can find some dirt on him on his desktop. His office is on the 3rd floor. You might find something there to help loosen up his tongue.
Anything else worth looking into?
Yeah, when the order came down to close the case, the bulk of the evidence was stashed in a storage locker. Maybe you can find some interesting stuff in there. It's on the alley right next to the station. The code is 4891. But I know an outside agency had access to that locker, so be careful.
Thanks for the heads up.
It's nothing. And, please, don't bother coming back here with details. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad to help. But the less I know about this case, the better I'll feel.
You said an outside agency may have tampered with the storage locker. What did you mean by that?
Well, I've heard that government agents may have locked up some of the more sensitive evidence in a safe inside the locker.
Come on, Chase. What are you not telling me?
Damn it. Okay, listen. I snooped around that locker before and found the safe code. But I kinda got caught by one of those guys. He knows I know, Jensen. If I give you the code, they'll know I talked. Call me negative, but I can't think of a nice outcome to that.
You said an outside agency may have tampered with the storage locker.
Well, I've heard that government agents may have locked up some of the more sensitive evidence in a safe inside the locker.
Come on, Chase.
Damn it. Okay, listen. I snooped around that locker before and found the safe code. But I kinda got caught by one of those guys. He knows I know, Jensen. If I give you the code, they'll know I talked. Call me negative, but I can't think of a nice outcome to that.
Why retire from the force only to become a security guard? I mean, it looks like you still love the work.
I love the idea of being a cop. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to join the force. But I just got fed up. It's not like I had imagined it. It's a job. Some people are good at it, while others just don't care. And it shows. This case, the Seraph case, it was just the last drop in a cup already full.
How did you get assigned to this case?
I didn't push for it, if that's what you mean. To be honest, I didn't want to get involved.
Why not?
I was an honest cop, Jensen. I always tried to conduct myself in accordance with the law, with procedures, and what I believed was right. Not really the standard MO for a case like this.
How did you get assigned to this case?
I didn't push for it, if that's what you mean. To be honest, I didn't want to get involved.
Why not?
I was an honest cop, Jensen. I always tried to conduct myself in accordance with the law, with procedures, and what I believed was right. Not really the standard MO for a case like this.
You said an outside agency may have...
Well, I've heard that government...
Come on, Chase.
Damn it. Okay, listen. I snooped around that locker before and found the safe code. But I kinda got caught by one of those guys. He knows I know, Jensen. If I give you the code, they'll know I talked. Call me negative, but I can't think of a nice outcome to that.
That's all I need for now.
So, John, you managed to do promotion for your girlfriend back in the day.
So there's something like that. There's a lot of the posters in Detroit City. My girlfriend at the time, my ex-girlfriend actually was studying for her master's in industrial design, and there was all sorts of events that they had to prepare for, and they had to do posters to promote. And because we wanted to have a lot of realism and credibility, right, to all the ads or logos or whatever, all the way down to posters and magazines in the game. One night I was just trying to design posters, and I was at home, my apartment, and as I was designing this poster, I started looking around my house, and there was all these already made, really nice posters made by real designers, real graphic artists, real industrial designers, studying at the master's level. So it's like, shit.
Wait a minute.
I was like, what the hell? I'm just gonna take that down, and I remember not even telling her. She ended up finding out later. But so a lot of them in Detroit are, it's actually her work, yeah. So the name of the gas station is something that I came up with while we're designing the textures. The name Oran is actually one of the provinces of Nigeria, which is a country that is totally being decimated by Exxon with all the oil exploitation, and they were making sure that it's a puppet government that's in place, that's the education, the population kind of got educated and stuff like that to make sure that they'll never really rebel against the exploitation that the U.S. and Exxon is doing there. But anyway, I suggest that you go research this. It's really interesting, and here's just a little snippet of information that we decided to, let's take some of what's going on there and somehow put it in the game.
My ride was supposed to be here 15 minutes ago. I'm gonna kill Gerald when I get home. Looks like I'm taking the subway again. Wish I had legs like yours, then I'd just run home.
I don't mean to judge, but I think that people who choose to augment themselves are rejecting their own humanity. They don't understand that it's our limitations that make us human.
I'd advise you to stay away from the DRB gang if you can. Just stay in the brightly lit streets and you'll be fine.
What's all the fuss about this augmentation technology? It's my business what I do with my body, no one else's.
It's impossible to hail a cab in this part of town. It's getting kind of late. I wonder if the crosstown bus is still running.
Yeah, the subway dancer.
Yeah, my favorite.
Me too.
Naughty.
Actually, it looks like it's the prodigy singer that is kind of trying to look cool on stage.
Well,
that thing is one of the things I hate the most in the entire game.
And you know what I'm going to tell you is, I remember I had one of my guys on the team, Kevin Dion, was working on it, and I came in to see how it was going because, like, when I saw the animation, I wasn't all that excited because I'm like, well, this is going to be hard to kind of sell because I found on one the guy's dressed kind of like futuristic, but yet he's doing these bad '80s moves.
But he's not even dressed futuristic.
Well, he's wearing like shorts.
I don't even know where that kid.
The point being is that he's doing '80s moves, but he's not dressed as an '80s guy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was kind of like, well, what do we do? And when I walked in, Kevin had he had sort of gone with that '80s kind of, like a boom box, like boom,
yeah.
and it just didn't work. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, this is just, it's emphasizing everything that's wrong with it. And I said, you know what it needs? And I was just, and he shares a booth with Johan, and I said, and I was talking out loud, I said, this needs some messed up track that like makes no sense, is just chaos.
I agree.
I said, so that the guy just looks like some idiot going nuts to some
Because
stupid music.
That's a very good point, because that's the thing in video games, when you want to do something that's like when you want to represent something that's extremely cultural, like culturally based, like, you know, hip hop or breakdance or anything like that, it's just so, these things are so precise, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
you're right, to have turned it into a really kind of weird, chaotic, that would have been a great solution.
Well, that's what we did. To end it quickly is that the other engineer in the room goes, well, I have this piece of music that I did with this drummer friend of his. And he called the guy up. He played it for me, and I said, that's perfect. That's what I want.
Well, you did it with the track, but the dance is still like...
No, I couldn't change the animation.
I know.
But I needed to get a music that tried to make it look like we're trying to make this look crazy, as opposed to...
I think one of the key aspects is that for it to really work in the themes of the game, it should have been kind of this augmented kind of
I agree.
Free
where he's dancing and using his augmentations in a very uncanny way.
Agree completely.
That was the power of our game, and we didn't use it, you know. And as far as just real hip hop culture, like there's one game that did it really, really well with the breakdancing in the Metro. It's the first Darkness in the Metro. But to do this, like, you really need to know what you're quote unquote talking about.
But the last thing I'll say is that's the fun thing, and sometimes not so fun thing about being in audio, is that it arrives at your desk and it's finished, and you're looking at it going, what am I going to do with this? Because if I just do the bare minimum of making it functional, it's going to fall flat because it's already half failing.
Right. So and at that point, we're all partying.
Everybody's moved on to other things, which I understand, but it usually falls to us to try and find a way to spin it and make it at least feel a bit better. And for me, I was happy with where we ended up with it, considering the state it kind of came to me at. I figured, you know, we did a pretty good compromise.
Useless talent number 42.
I really should have stayed in bed this morning. Missed the bus home and the subway issue. I swear, if it isn't one thing, it's another.
I can do that.
You like baseball? That Lucerne Park is a monster. The agile therapy they put him on saved his career. Looks like the Tigers are going deep.
I love Detroit. There's no place like it.
You ever get the feeling you're being watched?
That's a pretty lame come on, hun. Especially since I just know this humidity is ruining my hair. Whatever.
You looking for something? Good luck finding it, whatever it is. Good luck finding it, whatever it is.
I don't know. All these cameras and chips and stuff everywhere. How do you know they're not tracking you or something? You're big brother.
Yeah. The subway dancer.
Yeah, my favorite.
Me too.
Naughty.
Actually, it looks like it's the prodigy singer that is kind of trying to look cool on stage.
Well,
that thing is one of the things I hate the most in the entire game.
And you know what I'm going to tell you is, I remember I had one of my guys on the team, Kevin Dion, was working on it, and I came in to see how it was going, because like when I saw the animation, I wasn't all that excited, because I'm like, well, this is going to be hard to kind of sell, because I found on one, the guy's dressed kind of like futuristic, but yet he's doing these bad 80s moves.
But he's not even dressed futuristic.
Well, he's wearing like shorts.
I don't even know where that kid comes.
The point being is that he's doing 80s moves, but he's not dressed as an 80s.
Adam, you got that neural hub yet?
You're asking me to pull off a heist, boss, inside a police station. It's gonna take time.
Right. Well, if you can't talk your way past the lobby, there's gotta be another entrance outside, in back or on the roof. Save the frontal assault as a last resort.
Hey, Jensen. Long time no see. You're not here to see Wayne Haas, are you? He's a desk sergeant on duty right now. He's still complaining about all the forces stacked against him. Yelling at people, making excuses. Worse since he got kicked off of SWAT because of the pill problem. He, blames you for it all, you know?
Nice night for a walk. But you might want to stay out of Derelict Row, knowing how the local gang feels about people with enhancements. We don't want to have to go in there and find you. Have a good evening, sir.
All the media speculation surrounding that hostage situation in Detroit has just blown through the roof, thanks to the arrival of William Taggart, celebrity author and founder of the anti-augmentation organization Humanity Front. Speaking from the tarmac at Wayne County Airport, Taggart called the attacks
an extremely regrettable affair. I'd very much like to meet with David Seraph in person to offer my deepest sympathies and assure him that these attacks are in no way linked to Humanity Front. My people have worked tirelessly to find a peaceful solution to this dispute, and I unequivocally deplore the methods used by these hostage takers. Now, that being said, I do hope the UN takes a concentrated look at what happened here tonight.
Mr. Taggart went on to express a sincere desire to stand in front of the General Assembly with David Seraph, united in their cause to find a common ground. Should that day ever come to pass, one cannot help but wonder if millionaire Hugh Darrow, the man whose innovations first propelled augmentation technology to the forefront, will also be present. So far, Mr. Darrow has refused our repeated requests for an interview. This is Eliza Cassan, reporting to you live from Picus.
Considering all the controversy, I think the UN should regulate augmentations.
Back again to
Hey, pal. I can see you've had some work done, and I'm wondering, what do you think about this augmentation debate? Looks to me like a typical power grab. Every time somebody comes up with a new idea, somebody else will want to criticize it, regulate it, or ban it completely. But really, they want to control it.
To shut down the legal rally prematurely and closed the Broadview Tunnel.
Yeah? What do you want?
Information.
Then go bother the receptionist, Chrome Boy, instead of wasting my goddamn time.
Not that kind of information. I want to know about the Seraph Industries case.
Ha ha! And I want a blowjob and a vintage '05 Bard GT, so I guess we both keep on dreaming. Huh, metalhead?
I know you handled critical evidence linked to the case, and I want to know about it.
First off, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And second, even if I did, what makes you think I give a shit about what you want? Now, I strongly suggest you take your high-tech, toaster-looking ass out of my way before I handle you.
Seraph in person to offer my deepest sympathies and assure him that these attacks are in no
Don't
way
get me
linked
wrong.
to Humanity
I don't
Front.
agree with what those extremists did at the Seraph plant. I just think the technology could be dangerous in the wrong hands. Considering all the controversy, I think the UN should regulate augmentations.
Now, that being said, I do hope the UN takes a concentrated look at what happened here tonight.
Mr. Taggart went on to express a sincere desire to stand in front
Don't get me started on that liberal crap.
united in their cause to find a common ground. Should that day ever come to pass, one cannot help
No
but
traffic.
wonder
Most of the
if
streets are
millionaire
blocked out.
the man whose innovations first propelled
I'll be seeing
augmentation technology to the forefront, will also be present. So far, Mr. Darrow has refused our repeated requests for an interview. This is Eliza Cassan, reporting to you live from Back again to Detroit, where a handful of people were taken into custody this evening, following yet another anti-augmentation demonstration.
Hey, how are you?
This time, patients attempting
Listen,
to access the
I can't promise
City
anything.
Clinic
Not right now.
found their route blocked by supporters of the Humanity Front group. The pro-human organization
Don't know. I heard there was a demonstration at the Liberty.
but police decided
Sounds
to shut
good.
down the
Later.
legal rally prematurely and closed the Broadview Tunnel.
I saw Eliza's coverage of the hostage situation. Isn't she just great? How come
You
some
looking for
people
something?
believe she's just a mouthpiece for Picus and their interests? They're just afraid of a strong woman with an opinion that doesn't match their own.
Hello?
Yeah, we're in front of Wayne Haas, the lobby guy in the police station, and actually that was the first dialogue system that we nailed for the game. It was really capturing what we had in mind. We tried to go for a psychological gameplay,
And still the best one, in my opinion.
in terms of the realization and everything. And but it was really with this one that we really tried to make you believe that you're talking to a real person, and that you could really have an influence on what's going on and everything. And like you said, John, it was from an animation standpoint, this one is brilliant. You really see his expressions and how
That one
it's,
is all
portrayed.
keyframe.
It's all
Entirely
keyframe,
keyframe.
and it's the one that works. It works the best.
You just want to slap him. That's
Yeah,
how good he
yeah,
is.
yeah.
You just want to like wake
Yeah.
up. You like wuss, you know.
And actually, in the original, also the design of the conversation, you can see behind him there are some pills that are into a trash can or on the shelf. I can't remember, but originally you were supposed into the game mechanic to be able to look around, and if you had the right augmentation, you would spot the blackmail item that you could use in the conversation.
Yeah, the original design for the special augment was much simpler than what we ended up with in the game, and it was just really like you could scan the environment and find a blackmail item, and you could then bring that up if you had the social log. And so we had written that one specifically to encapsulate that that particular
Mechanic,
weakness in Wayne's background.
What
And
were they, like anxiety pills or something?
yeah, they were antidepressants because you know
It's
he's
Wayne.
got such a bad,
It's
sad
Wayne.
life. You know.
Well, we got to say that the actor, that was the first one, like you said, for the dialogue challenge, and obviously we had the pressure to find the right guy who was going to be able to help bring this to life. And again, you know, like, God bless the stars that were shining on us, because this guy walked in and we fell in love. I forget his name, but we fell in love with him right away. And just over time, like, the guy, he brought Wayne really to life. That with the animations that were done, like you said. Again, another example of a really good fit of the visuals with the voice, the acting.
Yeah,
where it
that's
all
really
came,
true.
It all came together.
Totally fits, yeah.
And it worked out really well. And like, I mean, I think through the whole 3 years or 4 years of dev, we were always saying, you know, referring to him as poor Wayne.
And
Poor,
what's
poor
really
Wayne.
funny about it, the acting was so good, is because Wayne was never supposed to be a very important character. I think in our blueprint we just said you have a discussion with the desk sergeant, and it was really no major character that we were having at
But he was
all.
so
And yet it
good.
was so good, and the animations worked so well, and the voice acting did that he became such a memorable character that we had to bring him back later in the game.
Yeah, and it's the first one that we presented to the press and to the people, so
We knew his lines by
we
heart.
saw it so many times that we were
It was like a joke at the office.
Yeah,
We'd say his lines
All the time.
continuously, you know.
And the one thing that I'm sure people do notice is that, of course, the recording and all that went on during like a 3-year process. So when Elias Tufexis, who plays Adam Jensen, came in, I mean, there's a certain evolution over time that takes place organically of trying to find the character.
When an actor gets into his role
Yeah.
over time,
Once he
changes
found the
it.
voice, we never had to like bring him back and say, "Oh, listen to this," and we think you're a bit different. But you can tell that he hadn't quite perfectly found it yet. And in fact, there was one line that bugged me for like 3 years, and we did a retake at the end where he really stepped out of his character because we were still trying to define the box of, okay, well, when you get really angry, this is how angry you get. And we were trying to define that and saying, well, think of Jensen more as a Clint Eastwood. You know, Clint Eastwood never really yells, but you can tell when he's really pissed just through the sort of grimace in the voice, you know. And he really took that to heart. And I remember he came back, he goes, I watched Unforgiven for like 3 days, and he's like, you know, I know exactly how I want to play it, because it was a very difficult scene for him because he's got to be mad and sort of toy with them, and they have a history, but yet Jensen has to be, you know, you're the hero, so you got to be calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah.
So it was quite challenging for him early on when he was still.
He
trying
wanted to
find the
redo it.
character.
Yeah, and he did actually. This was one of the first things he ever did, and 4 years later, as we're finishing recording, we had to do a retake for the sociologue, and he heard himself and said, "Oh my God, that's horrible. I'll do it all over for free, I swear." But unfortunately, we couldn't. Too much was on it. So.
Yeah. So now you know Elias Defexis will work for free.
Yeah, hang on just a sec. Shit. Jensen?
Haas, surprised to see you here.
Yeah, well, I guess you're better at looking out for yourself than I am.
I don't have time for your self-pity. I need to get into the morgue.
That's it? Ah, forget it. I don't know what's going on with that body down there, but my orders come from the brass. No one gets in. First thing you say to me after almost 2 years is you want something?
Should I have given you an order? You've always been very good at following those.
God damn. Where do you get off being so self-righteous? You think I like this? Look at me. From SWAT team commander to a crummy desk sergeant in the 2-bit precinct. I don't need this from you. I get enough of it at home. So either come up with something better than your usual attitude, or you can just forget it, because you came to me.
Okay, look, you're angry, and you've got a right to be. I'm putting you in a bad position, but I have to get inside that morgue. I won't let it get back to you.
I'm always in a bad position. I don't see how I can possibly do this. There's so much heat right now, I'm telling you. The moment I open that door, I'm finished. I just got my life back together. This job is all I have. Don't make me do this.
Yes, your job is at risk. Yes, you've taken the blame for what happened in the past, but look, I need your help. And it's important. You got my word, whatever happens, I'll take care of you.
You didn't lift a finger for me back then. Why should things be different now? Where do you get off bringing the past into this? It's been 2 years since that kid died. When are you gonna let me off the hook? Yeah, I took his life. He was a threat, and you knew it. So don't come here acting all high and mighty.
We all make mistakes, Wayne. Nobody blames you for it. You have to believe that and forgive yourself, or you'll never put it behind you.
I'm not ready. There's something I've been waiting 2 years to tell you. I blame you, Jensen, for everything that happened. Because when the chips were down, you got the order to fire, you refused, I got stuck having to do it, and you just walked out of my life. That's when everything went to shit, when you abandoned me.
I need Casey.
What? Nothing to say?
I've heard enough of this. You're lying to yourself. You pulled that trigger, no one else. You can't escape from that for the rest of your life. Accept it, make it a part of your history, and put it in your past. Because denial is only making it worse.
I can't. Oh, hell. You're right. I've been so stupid. 2 whole years. I've got to start turning things around right now. Go on in. Don't worry about the guys. They'll leave you alone. But I need to think.
Yay! I do have Casey. I have Casey. Yay! Oh, it feels so good doing this without Casey. Oh, fine. I am mature now. I am mature. I am a bit more
Hello?
emotional intelligent now.
I don't know. I heard there was a demonstration at the limb clinic.
Maybe 4 years ago. I couldn't do all of this without Casey.
Don't get me started on that liberal crap.
Oh yeah, the infamous
restricted areas.
Restricted areas. How do we warn a player? We went to so many iterations about how do we fix this? How do we support the actual difference between the public area inside the lobby and the rest of the police station? If you did not convince Wayne that the rest of the police station is completely hostile to the player, even though you're the good guy and those guys are also good guys. We went.
It's because in the first playtest, like, we didn't have any of the tricks that we used in the final game, and we just realized that players were just breezing through the restricted area without noticing it, and after that wondering why they were attacked by the police officer.
Yeah, exactly. So we wanted to, I suggested to have alternate paths inside the lobby to infiltrate the police station, more have a feeling of infiltration, but JF was against it. So then I decided to place a cop closer to the door, but because our system works that NPC automatically open the doors, the door was always open. So, oh man, come on. So we changed that specific door. We added more signs, and thank God for the playtest and the playtesters who gave us really great feedbacks. And just by watching them playing, we did many iterations, and then we
eventually we even with the signs and everything, it was still not clear enough, because some players are just like looking super fast everywhere and they just go through the door, and you had to reuse the dialogue system.
Yeah, I did a tweak by reusing the conversation system itself and trying to just do a very quick thing by reusing one of the barks of the character, but using it inside the conversation. That's why the character actually does the hand signal and say, hey, blah blah blah, you're not supposed to be here. So, and it works so well that we actually reuse that forced conversation system and place it somewhere else multiple times throughout the game. So that's pretty cool.
show your show. Speech without Casey. I just feel so good. This is like true good feeling. I'm so proud of myself.
What's up?
Jensen, right? I've heard about you.
No traffic.
Yeah.
Most
You
of
were a
the
good
streets
cop
are
by most
locked down.
accounts. But you're lucky you got out.
My
She
ex was
knows
like you,
what's
you know.
what.
I always had to buy the latest, greatest techno gadgets on the market.
Sounds good. Later.
Hey, give me a call in a couple of days, okay?
Hey, how are you? Did you see it on the news? Eliza mentioned it. Listen, I can't promise anything. Not right now. I'll be seeing you.
Look at the force now. Our badges mean nothing. We've got no authority.
Are you supposed to be here, sir? I thought the station had been locked down.
If millionaire Hugh Darrow, the man whose innovations first propelled augmentation technology to the forefront, will also be present. So far, Mr. Darrow...
No trouble tonight, right? Just give me an excuse.
Back again to Detroit, where a handful of people were taken into custody this evening, following yet another anti-augmentation demonstration. This time, patients attempting to access the 2nd Avenue limb clinic found their...
Just give me an excuse.
You're Jensen, right? One of my buddies told me you were SWAT.
Medical examiner, Kev, into the basement morgue.
Is there something I can help you with, sir? If not, I'm sure the desk sergeant in the lobby can help.
So, you're saying your neighbor knows something about these disappearances?
One of the boys who went missing lived in my building. They used to argue a lot with my neighbor Casey.
What did they argue about?
The boy used to listen to that conspiracy DJ, Lazarus. Used to blast that trash out his window so the whole city could hear. Casey was always yelling at him to turn it down.
And what about that makes you think Casey's involved in his disappearance?
Well, one day, I heard the boy yelling something about Casey being a government spy. He and the CIA were working on a plan to take over the world. The next day,
Interesting. It's a busy day. Wait your turn.
excuse me, but I am telling this officer something very important. You're not one of those Mason guys, too, are you?
I'll get to you when I can, but I guarantee it won't be today.
This area is restricted. Show yourself.
It's a busy day. Wait your turn.
A couple of witnesses told me they saw you throwing Molotov cocktails at the Limb Clinic building.
Nah, man. That wasn't me. I don't even know what that protest was even about.
Well, that's funny. Because when we searched your wallet, we found a Humanity Front business card.
So what? That don't prove shit.
Listen, we got tons of punks like you pretending they're idealists while smashing windows at Limb. And someone's gonna pay for it.
Y'all didn't see me do nothing, so you can't charge me. I know my rights.
Wait your damn turn.
You my lawyer? You don't look like a lawyer. You look like an ad exec.
If you want something, give your name to the desk sergeant.
Take another step. Back away. Now. It's no use running.
That's far enough. This is a restricted area.
Access granted.
I'm sure he was here. Find him.
Now I learned something. The police are not happy when they see me hack their computer. Obviously, that's what they really think.
Hey, give me a call in a couple of days, okay?
Are you supposed to be here, sir? I thought the station had been locked down.
Mr. Taggart went on to express his
Hear about that shipment we just got in? From Canot Technologies?
Canot. Oh man, you're kidding me. They're finally gonna arm us with the PEPs?
That's right, my friend. The Pulsed Energy Projection System. Single shot, non-lethal. Firing a concussive blast so strong it'll knock down an elephant. Those gangers won't even know what hit them.
About time. CPD's been using those for a year already. And we got worse problems than them. You a delivery guy or something?
You're loaded with gear, man. What make are those cyber arms?
So what do you want then, tough guy?
A couple of witnesses told me they saw you throwing Molotov cocktails. Because when we searched your wallet, we found a Humanity Front business card.
Medical examiner can't hold the basement.
Listen, tons of punks like you pretending they're idealists while smashing windows.
Excuse me, but I am telling this officer something very important.
It's a busy day. Wait your turn.
Oh, now it makes sense. We're not allowed to do police work today because we're taking orders from the mayor's campaign contributor.
You're loaded with gear, man. Are you supposed to be here, sir? I thought the station had been locked down.
Campbell's doing an autopsy on that John Doe they brought in earlier. Morgue's off limits until... Hello? Can I help you, buddy?
Nothing. What a night.
Go talk to the front desk if you need help.
Hey, man. You can't just barge in here.
Sorry, baby. Can't do it through the bars. You're a horny little guy, aren't you?
This ain't no zoo, you jerk. Besides, if it was, you'd be the freak everyone would come to see. Come see the Robo Boy. Half man, half machine. Step right up. Goddamn Hanser.
About time. You the home sec guy I was ordered to wait for? Tell Manderley I didn't get the memo until I was halfway through the autopsy. By then, it was too late to close him up again.
Right. So you recovered the neural hub?
Tricky bit of work that was. A few inches lower and the bullet would have fried more than just the pedal connectors. As it is, I can't guarantee you'll get anything useful out of it, other than the fact that it's been modified.
Modified? With what?
Some kind of wet drive. But hey, I didn't look. Ultraviolet means ultraviolet. And I know how touchy you guys get when it comes to matters of national security. He's all yours. The hub's been detached, but I left it in the skull as ordered. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got paperwork to fix.
Boss, I got the neural hub. Looks like it's been modified with some kind of wet drive. Pritchard should have a look at it.
No, don't bring it here. Frank's not finished running his diagnostic, and I don't want to risk connecting any tech to our networks till he's done.
Especially if the tech is military. So what do you want me to do?
Take the hub to your apartment. I'll have Frank contact you there. You homesec guys really like to throw your weight around. This is the second time you've tampered with my lab, damn it.